Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn. During our second half of this hour, we're going to be spending some time with Dr. Teresa Dale and talking about homeopathic health here in the United States and the world, and talk about health freedom. And that'll happen in about 30 minutes from now. And, of course, the insane Daryl Wayne is going to join us for that conversation. He just didn't know that. Right now, we go to Virginia to speak to Los Angeles-based Anandhi Narasimhan. She's a psychiatrist. I think I got that pretty good for a change. And we're going to talk about the dichotomy in this country. You're either red or you're blue, and people are fighting and having arguments, and it's almost coming to blows. And so we're going to learn some tips on how to disagree with somebody and still be smiling at them. You're looking at me funny, Daryl.
Well, my wife and I have a pact that even if we get to the point of breaking up or anything, we promise we won't kill each other. We promise that.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's a good promise. Yes.
That's always a positive way to start.
It is. And I've seen the two of these people together. I have never seen more people more in love than you and Sherry.
We've never really fought, and it's been 18 years. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I want this. There's a book, Daryl. No, really. And Dr. Narasimhan will co-write it with you. Sure. I'm sure. Doctor, thanks for joining us here on Late Night Health. There's a lot of dichotomy, two different polarized sides. I love Trump. I hate Trump. I love Hillary. I hate Hillary. Why didn't we elect Hillary? We shouldn't have and it goes on and on. And there are other topics that people are just so polarized about in the country today that we thought it would be a good topic of conversation on how to have a conversation with somebody you know disagrees with you. And as Daryl said, before it comes to blows or you take a baseball bat and beat the other person to death.
Right. And I'm sure, each and every one of us has so many examples of this, and are in the workplace or at home or, with friends, just things. And it may not always be about politics, but there can be so many other areas you may disagree about, whether it's lifestyle choices or just day-to-day things, such as organization or punctuality even. People can disagree on mundane things, and they can disagree on very big things as well. But I think what your partner there has discovered, and I think that he probably has a lot of pearls of wisdom, is how do you talk to somebody that might disagree with you here and there, but how to still have an effective conversation and a meeting of the minds where it's important.
It's also, if you have a relationship with somebody, whether it be a client, a friend, a lover, you have to be able to disagree, yet continue that relationship. I mean, unless it's time for that relationship to go bye-bye.
Absolutely. There's a psychiatrist named Amar Levine, and he wrote this book that I recommend. It's called Attached, The New Science of Adult Attachment, and how it can help you find and keep love. And basically he describes the art of effective communication, on how you can talk to another person, make yourself heard, and express your needs, but also be assertive. And I think it's very useful and important to understand that, because effective communication is probably the best way to create change or to improve any relationship. So, he talks about one of the first things is being emotionally open and, wearing your heart on your sleeve, so to speak, by just saying, hey, I am vulnerable and I am I want to talk about something and I feel a certain way, and I would like to have a communication or a conversation about it. So that's, one of the first things he suggests. And then he also talks about being specific by stating your needs, kind of using words such as want or feel or need, and not having a blaming attitude.
The blame game.
Being assertive and not being apologetic, but being assertive but not blaming. And I actually think these tools translate in not that area of life, but in different areas of life.
For example?
For example, in the workplace. Let's say you feel that something unfair happened, like say you're in a corporate environment and somebody junior to you gets a promotion despite you thinking that you have been more effective at the job or more productive, and somebody who doesn't seem as qualified seems to surpass you based on bias or whatever. So the question becomes, how do you handle this scenario? Walking into your boss's office and shouting and screaming, maybe it'll get what you want, but it wouldn't be surprising if it didn't get you what you want.
And the boss could say, that's exactly why you didn't get the promotion and Joe did.
Right.
If you have a history of bad temper. In your practice, you've been practicing psychiatry for how long?
About 10 years now.
About 10 years now.
Yeah.
Did you practice other medicine before that?
I did. I did a little bit of other specialties in a transitional year. So I did a little bit of surgery and internal medicine and pediatrics and OBGYN. So yeah, I have had experience.
You cover the whole body, brain and body. You're right?
I did. Yes. I'm not an expert in the entire body, but yes, I have. Part of training involves some knowledge about the entire body before you specialize in one area. So yes, I did.
And so you're taking a look at brains,
yes.
And in the psychology of living, I think the human nature is the blame game. We started to talk about that, which can lead to blows.
Right.
How do we avoid that?
Well, delivery is so key. I have a dear friend of mine who I think has mastered this. He has the ability to give me constructive criticism in such a way that I can't get defensive. And I think, part of it is his delivery, his ability to think critically, and the language that he uses. He may say, sometimes when you get put in this position, I notice that you react this way. And he says it in a way that's not harsh, that's not degrading, but it's very effective because it immediately makes you reflect on what you might have said or done and what you could do differently. And I think that's an important skill that can benefit one when they want to be really effective. And because what that does is when you talk to people that way, they're more likely to respect you. And when they respect you, they're more likely to listen to what you have to say and take it to heart, and in a good way.
But isn't it hard to accept? We were talking about, being honest with people last hour. And it's really hard to say to somebody, hey, Joe, you need to take a shower. Okay? You stink, right? And that's a very simple, basic kind of a thing. But it's difficult to be able to say that.
Yeah, and then another example is telling somebody you want them to lose weight. Even if it's for their health or their well-being or, their cholesterol, and it may be somebody you love, but that can be a very tough conversation to have, right? So, another way to
I have that conversation with myself every night.
Yeah. But another way to do that might be instead focusing on why you want that. Like, in a positive way. Hey, I want you to be healthy. I want your cholesterol to come down. I want your blood pressure to come down because I love you. And I'm saying this from a place of love. And I just want you to be healthy. So let's work on this together. Let me be of help to you so that we can both be healthy together. And if you do it that way, the other person who may be feeling vulnerable or sensitive about that particular issue just may be more open to it.
I mean, there's that whole comic routine that's been going on for, I think, since the beginning of time. Honey, do I look fat in this? You have to be careful because you want to say, well, you could lose a couple of pounds, dear, and for health reasons, but you look great to me.
Yeah. Or
right?
I love you anyway. I just want you to be healthy.
Right. Or another from Hairspray. There's a great line in there about I love you just the way you are, Edna. And there's a good film. All right. We will be back. Anandhi Narasimhan, a psychiatrist practicing in Southern California. Our guest, we're talking about how to get along with people that you don't agree with. Don't go away. Late Night Health continues.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.
Are you being audited and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Is the IRS threatening to take more of your money? Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate a lower tax bill. The IRS can freeze your assets and seize your bank accounts, but you can stop these IRS actions. The Tax Doctor will fight for you using industry secrets that can stop any IRS actions, eliminate penalties and interest, and reduce your past tax bill so you pay the IRS less. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call the Tax Doctor now for a free IRS audit emergency review.
800-663-5107. 800-663-5107. 800-663-5107. That's 800-663-5107.